Greetings everyone, and welcome back to Occupy Mars. In our last episode, we went on a road trip. We hit 3 outposts. We were looking for technology and resources. Now, the technologies are not entirely useful to us yet. They're kind of further down the line, but we did get a lot of good resources because of our good friend here, the Grinder 2. Yes, many solar panels died in the last episode. For us. Got a lot of resources. Hopefully, it's enough. Now, I may end up having some specific problems. I think that cement and fuses are going to be among them. We're going to have to see about that. Because what I want to do is I want to do a massive expansion to the base. Now, the first thing I want to do is I want to talk about botany, because the crops are ready. First, let's take a look at the tech tree. I do have an extra point, and we're almost at another one. So what I want to do here is I want to unlock the seed machine. Boom. What I want to do is I also want to collect the crops because I do believe they will go bad on the vine. I know they'll go bad in my inventory, but I think it's a slower process. And of course, there's also the situation where I want to take this apart and move it. Of course, we don't really have anywhere to move it to, but that's what the expansion is going to be about. All right, we used 12 seeds for this, and as you can kind of see here, we seem to have 3 potatoes in each one. So I'm guessing we're going to have 36 potatoes. All right, let's see here. And I did see a technology point there early on. And we got another one too. All right, let's take a quick look at this. Yes, we have 2. All right, so what I want to do is genetic engineering. We're going to be doing that a little bit later with our potatoes. I don't see doing it now, but I might as well just unlock food processing now. See, here's the thing about it is I'm probably going to be using all of my... Actually, that's an interesting question. I'm going to have to see about that because I do want to work the beetroot seeds that we got in the last episode. I think there's only 5 of them, but I'm going to see about that. So we might actually be doing some food processing. We'll see how that works out. All right. For now, I'm just going to hold on to the potatoes. They're right here, and we do have 36. They will go bad over time, but I have a feeling that would take a while, and we'll have somewhere for them before that happens. All right, so there is something else that I did in preparation. See, there is a bit of a problem. The water is draining over time. So I made another well. Let's take a look at the original well. All right, you see it's less than 200. I mean, once upon a time, this was like 240, 250. See, the problem is that we're using the water consistently 24 hours for the hydroponics. But then again, this thing doesn't work at night. So we are actually losing water. So I made another one of these as a separate supply. I just made it a little while ago, by the way, so it's not too full. Now, the issue is that you can see that we have a hose coming into this and it plugs into here. See, at the moment, we don't have any way of merging it. If I get the first pump, that doesn't really have anything like that. I'm hoping the second pump, the upgrade to the original one, I'm hoping that that's going to allow merging. However, I do have another idea. For instance, what if we had another workshop with another little input? That's actually what I want to do here today. All right, now I am going to have to do another unlock here. First of all, let's take a look at where we are. We've seen botany. All right, I am a long way from another point of electricity. Materials. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This, of course, was us cutting things up in order to get pieces. All right, I want to unlock small corridor. Boom, there we go. All right, and of course we have the 3D printer and the storage cabinet. I want to make one section for me and also a place to do all my work and such like that. And the other one is going to be for hydroponics because it's going to be a while before we have a greenhouse. For instance, back to botany. Remember how we unlocked the greenhouse? Well, we unlocked this right here, and there it is. But we have a lot to do before we can actually get there. So like I said, useful, but not useful now. So I am going to make another workshop, and we're going to use that for hydroponics until we can do something better. All right, so what I would like to do is have a nice little connector and build another one here. This is the reason I'm saying I might have problems with some materials. I can already tell you I'm going to have a cement problem. And I think fuses is going to be a problem too, because it's not something that we loot. At least I've never seen it. Maybe I have to take certain things apart. Like for instance, you can barely see this guy right over here. There appears to be a rather large solar panel there. Yeah, I'm going to have to pay that one a visit. All right, so here's what I want to do. Blueprints, let's get down to corridors. I want to use a specific one, and that is the four-way. That requires 4 power. I'm going to have to keep that in mind. All right, so boom. All right, so what I want to do with this is, of course, I want to make another workshop here. But you'll notice I have potential corridors going in both other directions for future expansion. I can also put one on the other side of the workshop too, because it does have 2 openings. At least if you actually put something there, like an airlock. All right, let's just build this one first so we can see what I'm talking about. Oh, this is going to shut everything down. That's right. I'm going to have to make a mad dash, because this is going to require an extra 4 power. Yeah, right. Hold on a minute. Okay, so yeah, you see we need a lot more power here and we're not getting it. All right, so I'm going to do 24.5 because I think that's what we're actually going to need. Yeah, like that. Because there is that little extra. Now, if we go in here, you can see what we just built. I want to put another workshop there, and like I said, this is for future expansion. Now, the workshop is going to cost us 10 power more, but we're not really there yet. Like I said, I do believe that we're going to have to manufacture some parts for this. So let's go to blueprints, and where is it here? Close this one up. We're not doing corridors. We're not doing resources. I believe that's in living. And there is the workshop. Yes, cement's going to be a problem, and fuses are going to be a problem. We're going to be pretty short on glass too. I might want to make some more just in case I'm going to need it for something. All right, let's do it. And plug. Oh yeah, you know what? Where are the plugins? All right, you see the little yellow arrow over there? Yeah, I don't want that there. So here's what we're going to do. Boom, boom, and boom. See, we did the same thing the first time, is we wanted it rotated so that they would be where we want them to be. And if I'm going to plug in that other well, then I want to plug it in here. Okay, so here's the thing. Where is it? Everything else we have, we need cement. We need 2 cement to get this done. I might want to make a little more if I can. And then I'm going to need at least 5 fuses. All right, so we have to go back over this way. I'm thinking I might want to take a look at a rock or 2. Because having some more of the... hold on a second, where is it? All right, switch this over to rocks. If we can find some calcium, that would be very useful. Okay, and what are you? Oh, you're calcium. Okay, that's good. See, the reason why calcium is a problem is it says that, okay, this rock is calcium. Except it's really not. This little chunk is calcium. And from my experience, it's either 4 or 8. There we go. And Oh, actually it was 6. I guess it goes between 4 and 8. All right, so the rest of this rock is kind of useless, but you know what? I probably just want to get rid of it. It's not that really big of a deal. Just get rid of it. But there's nothing else in it. Poof, all gone. Now, it could be that if I drop that into the crusher, I would get some other things. But at the moment, I don't think that's kind of useful. Is this, also... Yeah, that's calcium too. All right, as long as I know what's there. All right, so let's get in here. Boom. Okay, first things first, inventory. Yeah, I don't really have a lot as opposed to the other ones, although I am a little bit low on iron right now. All right, let's go to the printer. And let's go with the cement first. So how many could I actually do now? All right, I could do 9. All right, so I'm thinking let's do 5 just to have it. I don't want to drain my silicon though, because I have a feeling I'm going to need that for fuses, among other things. Certainly not solar cells. We're pretty good on that one for now. Then we have to look into fuses. Okay, so that one is sitting in our inventory right now, so... Fuse. Okay, that is entirely silicon. All right, so... Why don't we just say 10? I need 5, but you never know, we might need extras. I might want to also consider glass, because I'm only going to have 1 left, and I don't want to go running back and forth if something is going to require glass that I'm going to make. Okay, and what do I need for... Probably silicon again, right? A little bit of aluminum. All right, so let's just say 4. All right, where is it up here? Yep, there it is. Hopefully we won't have to run back here and do anything with this. And of course, if this 3D printing was in our first workshop, we wouldn't be doing this here at all. And I'm hoping if we get a nice big one, it'll work a lot faster. All right, inventory. So there is the cement. There are the fuses. And we have some extra glass right there. All right, was there anything else here I need? Because I think maybe that... the planting tool. Yes, the planting tool, definitely. Oh, and I will eventually need the hose. Yes, we'll do that. Now, I would like to point out something else. Remember, we've had the CO2 scrubber going in the workshop for quite some time. So let's just take a look at the progress. I'm willing to bet that this is full, by the way. Yeah, almost. So we are going to be draining more power from it. All right, now if you look at the lower left there, that yellow line in the far corner, that is the oxygen that is in here right now. And you can see it is doing well. It's almost to the O there in oxygen. Yeah, keep an eye on that. Because here's the thing. Once we open this up and we have another workshop, the oxygen is going to dilute itself across both of them. I'm thinking that each workshop should have its own CO2 scrubber so that one isn't doing all the work. And that way we can have a lot of oxygen in the future. All right, we're going to make the workshop now, but here's the thing. I know it's going to take another 10 power away. So let me just see at the situation here. You know, for now, why don't we just take it up to 40? Because I am going to be adding some other things and I don't want to run back and forth, if you know what I mean. So we'll just take it all the way to 40. Wait a minute. What happened to all of our power? Okay, I'm a little confused now. Hold on a minute. Oh, you know why it stopped? It stopped because it's full. So the only power you're seeing now is the power that is being consumed, which is right there. Right, that's the problem. Okay, so I'm an idiot. Oh, right. I forgot. We have to do this, don't we? All right, and we do have all of the parts now. Yep, there's no red entries there. All right, so let us begin. And of course, this is going to take a while, so I'm going to speed it up a lot. And we're done. And that's exactly where I wanted that. Yeah, that does remind me, I'm going to have to repair the blowtorch, ain't I? Right, so the extra 10 is now drawing power. I have the 40 there because I do intend to make some more power-consuming items. Right, and by the way, if you notice the oxygen on the lower left now, it kind of got halved from where it was because, yeah, obviously the oxygen's in here now too. I will put another scrubber in here. It's just going to cost, I think it's more than 4 power if I do it the same way as the other one. So, not the highest priority at the moment. Now, one thing I do want to do is I want to take this out and put it in there. So that's exactly what we're going to do. After, of course, yeah, I repair my blowtorch because it does seem to be having some issues there. I don't think I have to repair the grinder for now. I am going to be using that to take the hydroponics tray apart, but you do get all of the parts back, so you can just pick something up and move it. I like it when games do that, by the way, and they don't penalize you for that. Alright, so let's put that back into place just so I have it. Boom, there we go. Right, and the grinder gets used for this, and I want to be very careful because I don't want to touch this because I have no idea if I will actually break my workshop or not. Alright, so... boom, there we go. Okay, I didn't hit you, did I? I hope not. Okay, and of course now what I want to do here, take that, and blueprints, and I do believe that that is in living, I think it's main. Right, small hydroponic shelf. Boom. You know, I might as well just make a second one, but I'm not going to use it for now because I don't have the water for it. We're going to have to fix our water problem before we can actually get another tray going. But I might as well just build it because they're not very expensive and I'm not going to use it, so it's not going to take up any power. See, it's only when you put crops into one of these things that it starts asking for power and water. Now, there is something else I want to make, though, and that is the seed machine. So hold on a minute here. Where is the seed machine? I think that's in food. Seed modification machine. And I do have everything I need for that. Yeah, that's using glass. Yeah, my aluminum plate number is going down. And those aluminum plates are actually a little expensive. They're 10 aluminum in order to make one. So I might be doing some visiting to the outpost that we have been to disassemble. All right, speaking of assembling, let's put this together. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to use those potatoes to make better seeds. Yes, I'm going to be making potato seeds. Excuse me while I go in the corner and scream for a while, as games continually do that. Okay. Now the thing is that I also did unlock genetics. So you know what? I actually need to see how many beetroot I have, because I do want to get the beetroot in there too. Oh, it's starting to get dark. Can I make a bed in there now? I should be able to do that. Yeah, because we got the beetroot yesterday when we were out. Yeah, I don't know how many seeds that is, but I want to find out. Oh, you know, I might as well put the CO2 and this back because, Yeah, I was confused. I didn't realize that it would reduce the number if it didn't need it. I thought it would just show you the constant input. And I'm guessing the input now is only, 2. Right, we're draining, but we're draining really slowly. Oh, that does remind me. I want to cable up the other... Yeah, that's right. I want to cable up the other well. We'll put this in here. All right, so at the moment, if you look at the water, we got 223. We're not using any of it now, so the amount that built up was is still there. So what I want to do is... Oh, hold on a minute. Yep, night vision. See, when you put water into one of these, like a workshop, it basically is available to everything that's connected to it. So if I have another source going in, it should be the same for everybody here. Okay, and that is water. Okay, and where is it here? Boom, there we go. All right, so if I look at it now... All right, kill that. Yeah, you can see it's up to 286. So over the course of a full day, hopefully they will fill well, but I will probably end up putting a battery over there so they'll function at night too. Maybe the upgrades that are coming for the well will actually boost the water, and I'm hoping that a pump in the future will allow merging. Alright, so I got the, how many seeds were they? Alright, we'll use this one. Alright, so do I still have the seeder? Or the planter, I should say. Yes, I have the planter. So the only technical seeds I have on me right now is the... Okay, there's 5 beetroot. Alright, so I'm going to put them here. Alright, that means I need 7 of the potato ones. Although I could save them, but I don't really see a reason for doing that. Maybe what we'll do is we'll make the food processor and we'll see what we can make with that. Alright, so put that away for the moment. But I do now have crops over here, so... Yeah, this one right here. It needs electricity and it needs water, so boom, done. Okay, so you can see the ultraviolet light is on and they are getting water. Alright, so what I want to do is we're going to go over here. And the way this works is that you put the crops that you grew into this in order to get more seeds. See, I used 12 seeds to get 36, so I could get 36 seeds. But that really wouldn't be very useful, especially considering I have genetics involved here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split, and what I can do then is I can do that. Now, I'm only going to get half as many, but I am also going to make the seeds better. They'll have a 3% speed bonus, and they'll have a 5% extra seed production. Now, that's not very good, but the thing is you can just keep doing that over and over again. Now, the thing is 18 would be a little bit wasteful at the moment, I think. Let's see about this. I wonder if I could do that twice. No, I have to do it on the full potato, don't I? You can't do it on seeds. So let me think about this. Do I want to make them all? You know what? We're just going to do that. We'll just make the full 18 with the good stuff. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I believe... Okay, we have a magazine down here. So if I pull this one out, that has the 18 seeds in it. All right, so what I'm going to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I have 11 more. I could put them here, but it would drain my water really quickly. And now, of course, I have to allocate more resources here. Because you can see it needs a full 2 kilowatts now. And of course, it needs more than double the water, so there we go. Now, I still have power, and you can see that the water, of course, is draining because I'm using it. and the two out there don't have power. But there's a lot more here, so hopefully that's going to last and not be that big of a problem. If I put a dangerous weather coming within 6 hours. Oh, that's midnight. So it's going to come at 6 a.m. Okay, and I have no idea what that's going to be. Isn't that just wonderful? I didn't even realize it was after midnight. Alright, so what I'm thinking is, I hope I have what I need to make it. Let's make, hold on a second. Let's close down food. Let's close down living. And there it is right there. Bed. Can I make the bed? Yes, I can make the bed. So we'll just make a bed. Okay, so no more sleeping in the rover when we're home. Because I have a nice bed here. The oxygen isn't terrific, so obviously I'm not going to be taking off my helmet. Yeah, thing is, if I do run out in terms of my suit, I do have an extra water and I have an extra oxygen. Alright, you put over here. Yeah, unfortunately I don't have that storage. The storage would actually use power, so I don't want to do that right now. How much power do I have? Wait a second. Alright, just out of curiosity, because the thing is, if I try to drain more power than I have, of course, everything shuts down. And it's kind of freezing outside right now, so I don't want to do that. Let's just see. Okay, is it here? 3D printer. Storage. That's actually 2 kilowatts I need for the storage. Yeah, and I can't even make the 3D printer. Wow, the 3D printer requires 5 kilowatts. Yeah, that's going to be a fun little drain. And there is the food processor that requires 3. So yeah, we need a lot of power. Alright, well, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to sleep probably until 8. That way I don't have to worry about any problems. And then we'll see what kind of storm we have to deal with. One way or another, I'm going to be doing up a lot of cleaning. A whole lot of cleaning. Okay, so what do we got going? What do we have here? Solar storm strikes. Okay, does that mean I'm gonna have a lot more power coming in? That's an interesting thought. Alright, I suppose we should just take a look at this. Okay, high radiation warning. Slowly I turn. Okay, so there's not going to be any going outside. Wow, the sky is green. Isn't that wonderful? Yeah, because you got windows at the top there, don't you? Yeah, so I guess I'm going to be staying in here. It's probably a good thing that I slept the night in here. I think the rover would probably be a bit of a problem. I mean, would that hold out the radiation? How are we doing here now? Okay, good. The water is coming in. So, I mean, I'm guessing maybe we're getting more power than we would usually get. It's just we don't have it allocated for here. Yeah, it's a shame I don't have that extra stuff right there. Alright, well, there's not really a lot I can do until this storm goes away, so I guess we'll just stand here and wait. Wow, this storm is still going. I mean, it's up to 5 hours from the time that I woke up. Yeah, I mean, is this an all-day thing? Because I really could use some... I can probably fill my oxygen over here. Hold on a minute. Fill oxygen bottle. There we go. Okay, so I have oxygen, hydration. I've already eaten. I'm probably going to have to eat again fairly soon. Yeah, it just keeps going and going. At least I'll be able to tell when it's done because the sky won't be green. I could probably make the other oxygen scrubber as long as I don't just turn it on. You know, I'm thinking maybe put it over here. That way, you know, we'll have one over there and one over here. So it is something that I need in here because otherwise it's going to be hard to get oxygen through the whole place. And I do want to walk around here with my mask off to a degree, right? Let's see. I think that is in... Is it in resources? And I do believe I can make that, yes. Alright. Just don't turn it on. That's the thing that I need right now. Just don't turn it on. Until I can allocate. Alright, so let's see about arranging some power situations here. Let's see, if I was to do this... I think that's exactly what I have over here. So I'm getting 8.72 liters. The temperature is under 100, and the power is 4.81. I think that's the exact same thing that I have over here. It's just, like I said, I don't want to hit that button. Oh, are we done? Okay, because I don't see the storm anymore. Alright, hold on a minute. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Alright, hold it a second. Let's just pop outside. The sky is still green. It just seemingly has passed. How are you doing? So I wasn't getting power during that time. It didn't seem like it. Can I fit another section to this? Because, like, I'm going to be using a lot more power because I'm looking at everything I'm going to need. And, I'm wondering, can I fit this in? I mean, that's not a problem. Alright, let's see. I'm pretty sure I got everything that I need for this. Although the aluminum plates are starting to become a serious issue. Okay, so it went from 990 maximum to 1260. Alright, I think it's going to be quite a while before we fill that one up. But it's like I said, we are going to be using it during the nighttime when there's almost no power generation. All right, how is the water doing now? That's not bad. I have a feeling though, if I started the other one, I would have problems. Do I want to risk it? Because I'd really like those other seeds to be used. Alright, you know what I'm going to do? Oh, do I have the power? Alright, well, you know, if I don't have the power, I won't do it. But I'm just going to risk this. And that's empty now. Okay, put that away. Okay, and boom. There we go. Alright, how much extra power do we have? Not much. Okay, so these guys are at 13.3. Actually, are these the beetroot? How about the guys in the back? Okay, they're at 15, like 4 or 5. Because they're going to grow a little bit faster. Alright, and these guys were just planted. So how quickly is the water draining? It's still building up. That's good. If it builds up during the day enough, then hopefully it can get through the night. I probably will have to put a battery over there so that they'll have power through the night. I'm just thinking that one battery, maybe a transformer to split over the two of them will do the job. It's just very likely something I'm going to do if I want to get the full hydroponics going. Until I have some method of merging and adding more water from different sources without necessarily building another one of these, if you know what I mean. That's just what we're going to have to do. Alright, we do have a much bigger base now, don't we? Yes, it is twice the size. And there are things that I desperately want to build. Like I said, I want the 3D printer. I want the, you know, maybe we can just throw those in now. I'm thinking the first thing would be the storage, right? All right, a second. Where was that? Oh, close these all up for now so that I can keep track. I think it's all in the main. All right, storage cabinet. I'm going to need 2 for that. And then the actual printer is going to require 5. That means I have to allocate 7 more. Okay, so 47? Oh, too much. So it is going to become more and more difficult for this thing to fill the battery. Unless, of course, I add some more solar panels, which, of course, I can actually do now. Yeah, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, and my suit battery is having some issues. Alright, so first things first, let's make the storage cabinet. Oh, aluminum plates. Okay, what do I need for the 3D printer? Okay, so I need a total of 9. Ish. And I have 2, which means I need 7. Alright, this is going to be expensive, but yeah, I want to get this done so we can move everything into the workshop. Okay, a meteorite has fallen in the vicinity. Yeah, there's nothing I can do about that. If this morning proved anything, radiation and me do not get along well together. Okay, it's aluminum I need, right? Yeah, unfortunately it's 10 each, which means it's very expensive, but I guess maybe I'm going to have to hit some outposts to see if I can get them. You know, those little boxes? They sometimes have aluminum plates, but that's what we're going to have to do for now. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to grab all the materials and bring them back with me, because this might very well be the last time we do this here. All right, so the aluminum goes there. All right, let's just grab everything, because the entire purpose of this is to do this at the workshop. All right, oh, you know what? Actually, I'm okay with oxygen. I'm not okay with water, so I think I'll stop and I'll pick up some water until I can make a sink inside. That is something I can do. I can make a sink. All right, let's go in. Okay, so blueprints and the storage cabinet. And then let me just build the other one at the same time. Blueprints, 3D printer. All right, I want to check something about the 3D printer first. I mean, does it need the other storage for its raw materials? All right, hold on a minute. Put that away. Inventory. Oh, you can do that. All right, that's fine. Okay, and then printing. Right, I can do everything that I was doing before. So I could just do that here now. However, I am going to need this because I do actually need storage. Because at the moment I'm storing things. Okay, where is a good point to build on? There we go. There we go. Put that away. Okay, so do I have... Yes, I have the hoses. I don't really need to have them on me right now. We'll put that up there. The planting tool, I don't really need that there either. Okay, so this is basically storage here. As we've seen, I can put things in there. And this is our 3D printer. Now, I'm thinking next to the bed, I'll probably make the sink. Is it, Hold on. I wonder how expensive it is. Watch that it needs aluminum plates. Where is it here? I think we have access to it already, don't we? Maybe it's not here. Maybe I haven't unlocked it yet. Oh, there it is right there. Yeah, it needs aluminum plates. 2. Well, I mean, if it's just 2... Does it need power? No, it does not. I mean, that kind of makes sense. All right, well, you know what? Let's make 2 aluminum plates here. Yeah, I'm going to have to go looking for this stuff, ain't I? Okay, are you faster? It's hard to tell. I was only making 2. Okay, and then inventory. Let's see. Blueprints. Sink. Okay, and let's build it. There we go. All right, put that away now. And press and hold to charge suit. Water filled. Okay, I don't know why it says charge suit. It did fill my hydration. And by the way, I couldn't help but notice that I'm hungry. Let's see. Anyway, if you enjoyed the episode, please give it a like. Maybe say something in the comments for the great God algorithm. And of course, subscribing is a great way to show your support. So thank you very much for your attention. I really appreciate it. And play games, because games are fun. See ya.